All right, guys, welcome to the show. I'm going to show you how to make some braised short ribs today. Pretty easy, simple. Majority of the time is spent with it in the oven. So right now, I'm just going to add the salt and pepper. As you can see, I'm going a bit heavy on it, and I got my braising pot nice and hot with some oil in the bottom. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start searing these off. Now, I could have let that be a little bit hotter. For some reason, I turned it down. I don't know why. And as you can see, I'm not really getting that hard sear that I want. I want a little bit more color than that. And like that brown, golden brown on the crust on the top there, that's perfect. Okay, so now you can see there's fat being rendered off this beef into the pan. That's good. You want that. Alright, so I'm going to take those out. And now I didn't have my immersion blender, so I basically took the celery, onion, carrot, and garlic and just small chopped it myself, which is totally fine. At the end, I mean, it kind of looks like barf, but that's okay. As long as you know, cover it with parsley or something. But yeah, so you throw in some butter there till get the veggies to cook down. We're going to add some red wine. Now, the thing about the red wine is you want it to reduce, you want it to absorb into the veggies, you want it to leave behind the flavor, but not the moisture. So now we're going to cook that red wine out until it starts to, reduce and dry up. And then we'll go ahead and we'll add a little more butter once that's accomplished. Alright, there's some more butter right there. I'm going to have a lot of trouble getting that butter off that spoon, I'll tell you what. Alright, so now we got that butter mixed in. As you can see, you got the wine, the oil, the fat from the beef, the butter. Oh yeah, now it's coming up. So you can add your flour to it. What we're doing here is we're making a roux. Alright, and that's a combination of flour and butter, for those of you who don't really cook that much. Once you get the flour all absorbed into the fats and veggies, make sure it's nice and stirred up. Now we can start tempering the roux with red wine and beef stock. Who puts beef stock in a wine glass? Well, that would be me. Kind of weird, but I didn't want you to see that tacky cardboard box. God forbid if my cheesy little video had a tacky cardboard beef stock box in it, right? Alright, there's some rosemary and thyme. I was too lazy to chop up fresh rosemary and thyme, so I used the stuff off the dry spice rack. Didn't really add as much flavor. I feel like if you minced up fresh rosemary and thyme, that'd be good. And there's a bay leaf. Those are always nice. Now, if you can see, it's boiling, but it's too thick, so I add some more beef stock. You don't want it too thick because it's going to be braising in the oven for about 3 hours. Cooking at a low temperature for about 3 hours. So you want it a little bit on the thinner side. That way when you do eventually take it out of the oven, it's not too thick. If you start off too thick, then it's just going to turn out into like a paste. It'd just be kind of nasty. So if you can see the consistency there, that's not bad. I'm going to add a little more. Alright. I'm going to stir that in. Now that's stirred. I'm going to bring it up to heat. Let it boil so that way the roux can activate. And now that's a perfect consistency. We're going to go ahead and we're going to start adding our beef. Make sure it's fully submerged. At this point, if you have an immersion blender, it wouldn't be a bad idea to blend that up. Or you can always wait till after the beef comes out at the end. If you want it to be, velvety smooth. Alright, so I've added the short ribs that were seared. Push them down, get them under the liquid. Go ahead and throw the lid on the pot and put it in the oven. Put it in the oven at about 300 or 325 degrees. Alright, go ahead and put it in the oven. About 2.5, 3 hours. Check it for tenderness. Thank you for watching.